My beloved child, I come again to speak directly into the depths of your heart, into the silent places where your fears hide and your hopes whisper, into the unspoken parts of you that long to be understood, healed, and lifted, and I want you to know that this message arrives in your life at the exact moment you needed it most, not too early, not too late. Because everything unfolding around you is aligned with a divine timing far more perfect than anything you could design for yourself, and though you may feel like your life has been moving slowly, like your prayers have been lingering unanswered, like your efforts have gone unnoticed, I want you to understand that nothing is delayed, everything is being prepared, woven with intention, shaped with purpose, and orchestrated with love. And the reason your journey has felt heavy is because you have been carrying burdens you were never meant to carry alone, burdens of expectations, of disappointments, of unhealed wounds, of silent struggles, and even though you've learned to smile despite the pain, to keep going despite the doubt, to be strong even when you felt fragile, your heart has been yearning for rest, for clarity, for peace, for reassurance, and that is why I speak to you now, to lift the weight you've been hiding, to replace confusion with understanding, to give strength to the parts of you that feel tired, and to remind you that you are not walking through life unseen, unheard, or unsupported, because I have watched you fight battles no one knew you were fighting. I have seen the tears you cried quietly in the dark. I have felt the heaviness of the thoughts you never voiced, and despite everything you've been through, your spirit has remained open, compassionate, resilient, and beautifully alive, and this is why your life is about to shift in ways you cannot yet imagine, because the strength you developed in the struggle is preparing you for blessings that require maturity, patience, and depth. Blessings that cannot be rushed or forced but must be aligned with who you are becoming, and my beloved child, you are becoming so much more than you realize. You are stepping into a version of yourself that carries wisdom born from experience, strength born from endurance, compassion born from heartbreak, and faith born from surviving what was meant to break you. And though the world may not always recognize the growth within you, I see it clearly, and it is exactly why new doors are beginning to open, new connections are forming, new clarity is rising, and new opportunities are aligning in the unseen realm, waiting to enter your life at the perfect moment. And I want you to trust that the things you lost were not punishments but protection, that the people who left were not rejections but redirections, that the delays were not denials but divine preparations, and that every moment of uncertainty was shaping you for a future where you will no longer question your worth or doubt your purpose. Because you are stepping into a season of awakening, a chapter where you finally recognize the power, beauty, and brilliance that has always existed within you, and as you walk into this new season, I want you to release the fears that tell you you're not enough, the memories that try to convince you you're still broken, the anxiety that whispers worst-case scenarios into your mind, because none of these voices speak truth. They are echoes of old wounds, not reflections of your destiny, and your destiny is far greater than your fears want you to believe, for you were created not to shrink but to rise, not to suffer endlessly but to grow through suffering into strength, not to wander lost but to walk with purpose, not to live hidden but to shine with a light that touches lives around you. And even though you cannot see the full picture now, trust that every piece of your life has been aligning like a divine puzzle, and soon the image will become clear, and when it does, you will understand why things had to happen the way they did, and your heart will finally find peace with what once hurt you, and joy with what once confused you, and gratitude for what once broke you, because you will see how every moment was leading you here, to this transformation, to this rising, to this chapter where you are no longer surviving, you are beginning to live, breathe, grow, expand, and receive in ways your past self never believed were possible. So hold on, my beloved child, because everything you prayed for, everything you hoped for, everything you cried for, everything you dreamed for is moving toward you in this very moment. And the next season of your life will not be defined by the pain you endured, but by the strength you discovered. The faith you built, and the destiny you are stepping into with courage, grace, and divine protection surrounding you in every step you take. My beloved child, as you continue walking through the shifting landscape of your life, I want you to remember that every moment you have endured, every silent battle you have fought, and every tear that has fallen from your eyes has been part of a greater shaping, a greater strengthening, and a greater awakening inside you. Even when you felt invisible, unheard, or misunderstood, the truth is that nothing about you has ever been unnoticed, for your journey has been held in a divine embrace far deeper than what the human heart can fully comprehend. You may look at yourself and see only struggles, delays, failures, or mistakes, but within the spiritual realm, all these moments are seen as threads of transformation, threads that are weaving you into a higher version of yourself, one built on resilience, compassion, and inner power. There were times when you thought you had no strength left, yet you continued to rise, and that rising was not accidental. It was the calling of your soul responding to the truth of who you truly are. My child, even now, when you worry about what the future holds or fear that the weight you carry is too much, understand that the universe is preparing doors you cannot see, aligning opportunities you have not imagined, and clearing pathways that your eyes have not yet discovered. You are not losing time, you are being prepared. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. You are not falling behind, you are being aligned with something far greater than anything you have prayed for. The heaviness you feel at times is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of transition, a sign that you are outgrowing the versions of yourself that were shaped by fear, doubt, and past wounds. Your spirit is expanding, your energy is shifting, and your purpose is unfolding with every breath you take. My beloved child, do not be discouraged by the silence, for silence is where your next chapter is being formed. Do not fear the unknown, for the unknown is where miracles are built. Do not doubt your worth, for your worth was established long before you ever took your first step on this earth. You have walked through storms that would have drowned others, yet you survived because within you lives a strength you still haven't fully recognized. Allow yourself to believe that you are worthy of joy, worthy of healing, worthy of abundance, and worthy of peace. Allow yourself to release what has already served its purpose and trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. My child, hold faith, even if your faith feels fragile. Hold hope, even if it flickers. Hold love for yourself, even on days when you struggle to see your own light. A new chapter is coming, one filled with ease, clarity, blessings, and breakthroughs that will remind you why you never gave up. You are guided, you are protected, and you are destined for more than you can even imagine right now. Keep moving forward, for everything you have been waiting for is already on its way to you, and the universe is preparing to place into your hands what your heart has carried in silence for so long.